You're watching KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen.
Hi, I'm Omer.
I'm Larkin.
I'm Azalea.
I'm Thaddeus.
I'm Annie.
I'm Tulip.
Today is Friday, July 10th, and you're watching KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen.
We consider ourselves newscasters here on KMNH, and some stories we take more seriously than others. While we do like to have fun, I mean, we're kids, right? But this story, I want to be serious. It's about Max Robinson. Can you guess why Max Robinson is so important to KMNH? On this day in 1978, Max Robinson reported the news for the first time as ABC's premiered The World News Tonight. Not a big deal, right? But what you may not know is that Max Robinson was the first African American to anchor a newscast in the United States. It was only 42 years ago. He forged the way for minorities to bring you the news every day. He was a news anchor that America watched, listened, and trusted.
This is Tulip with the weekend update. Just one more day until the weekend and cooler temperatures. Saturday and Sunday will be in the mid-80s with a 50% chance of rain. I'm Tulip, and this has been your KMNH Weather Report. Thank you to Nicole Chafin for sponsoring today's KMNH Weather Update.
Today is our third and last segment of learning about Connie Naber and the kids she supports in a little orphanage in Tanzania. We have learned from this segment about how the kids are learning and planning for the future. How has COVID-19 affected the orphanage?
Since March, they had their first case, and they immediately shut the schools. So now I had all these kids, including the boarding kids, home. And at first, one of the older kids was going to try to teach all the levels and all the classes, and I said no. I said we're going to concentrate on English and math, and their addition and subtraction and multiplication table. So that's what we did. And then for the older kids, it was kind of fun because I put something on Facebook, and one of my friends, Tammy Schwartz, who's a professor at Miami University, contacted me, and she got a lot of the university students to teach my older kids via Zoom. So the whole time we were closed down, they had classes. Probably there was at least 3 classes a day somewhere along the line. And then Tammy taught a literature class 3 times a week, which I actually took, and which was really fun. It was kind of a writing class that 5 or 6 of my kids took. And then we had 2 college students from Miami, and then the professor. So there was about 8 or 9 of us on this call, and just really got to know each other. We really got to understand each other's cultures, and it was really it was really a blessing, actually, to be able to take a step back and to learn, for the kids to learn something they never would learn. We also had 2 people from Michael and Brent that did the Black Lives Matter mural downtown. They've been teaching my kids art classes every Saturday. So my kids don't get art in Tanzania. There's no art classes in the schools there. So they were just thrilled, to have, number one, the attention, but just to do some art once a week was just so fun for them. So really, it was really kind of a blessing to have that, it's been about 3 months to have that time to sit back and do some different things and to be taught by different kind of people, and it was really, they enjoyed it so much.
How are the kids learning, and how are you preparing them for the future?
Well, they a lot of them learn from each other. The older kids are teaching the younger kids, and so that we have them partnering sometimes that with their partner and really get to know a subject. Some of our kids go to boarding schools, so we don't see a lot of our kids very much, the older kids from 7th grade to on. And we have one of our kids that, unfortunately, we figured out kind of late in the game that he's dyslexic, but he's getting tutoring twice a week on Zoom from a woman here in Cincinnati, actually in Northern Kentucky. So that's been a great, the world's getting a little smaller, so that's been a great experience for him, and his confidence level has just grown so much by that help. The staff and I are preparing them for the future. We're not going overboard though. We don't want to teach them our values here in the United States. We're teaching the values they need to know there. For example, I could go out, I haven't bought a stove to this point because they need to know how to cook on, what's going to be available to them. When they leave the orphanage and, hopefully go to college, the first thing they're going to buy is not a stove. So all of them do know how to cook without a stove. But, we don't have a vacuum machine. We don't have a lawnmower. So I try hard to give them enough to learn and for the future, but not to overdo it, not to spoil them to where they're going to expect that when they're off on their own in their own country. As far as like sleeping arrangements, so we have 4 bedrooms. One is used as an office. One is used. We have to have because of the rules for social welfare there. We have to have a sick room. So we have 1 boys' room and 1 girls' room. So if you add up 16 kids, that's a lot. We have 2 bunk beds in the boys' room, so that keeps that sleeps 4 of them. We have 6 boys, so the 2 older boys, they're in boarding most of the time, so they kind of sleep in the living room on a mattress. The girls' room has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 beds, so that about takes care of them. But there's 2 level bunk beds, and then I just had a 3-level bunk bed made. So that top one's pretty high. It actually makes me kind of nervous when they sleep up there. So there's 9 beds in that bedroom, and 1 bathroom. So I don't know. Maybe if you're sharing a bedroom with 1 sibling, you might want to rethink how nice that is.
The kids refer to you as mom, and we know any mother worries about their kids. What do you worry about the most?
Well, you're right. Every mom worries about their kids. I think I probably worry about the most as if they're happy. And they, as much as we try, they are growing up in an orphanage. They're not growing up with we are a really amazing family, but, their family, they're not with their family for some reason. So it's like a rejection from their family. So to keep them healthy and to keep them, happy, that's just the most I can want for, and for them to be able to take care of themselves. It doesn't have to be college. My 23-year-old, he wasn't going to go to college. He's, has a learning issue, and he's happy. He's doing construction, and he's okay. And that's the most a mom can hope for.
You are an amazing person doing amazing things, and our book club will continue to send over books, and we plan to digitally connect again with the kids like last month. Thank you so much for being on KMNH. As we end this story and our week, we would love for our viewers too to get to digitally meet some of the kids.
Hi, my name is Salama. I'm going to show you our sitting room. And this is our shelf of books, and we have puzzle and coach and dolls. My name is Anna. I'm going to show you the sitting dining room and kitchen. And this is the kitchen. My name is Joshua. My name is Yoda. Which is the boys' room. This is the boys' room. This is my friend. This is my friend. This cupboard. This cupboard. Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm going to show you girls' room. Here it's me. Here it's Salama. Here it's Anna.
Happen Teen programs have one theme: to have fun and make a difference. We, the Happen Teens, have decided to help make a difference today for our friends in Tanzania. We are going to raise $350 for the purchase of a stove for the orphanage, and you can help by making a donation below or going to happeninc.org and clicking on the donate button. Together, we can make a difference.